Siddur Snippet series of journals sponsored by the Saka family and by Yelad Avram Foreman for Refuah Shlema Hadassah Racha Baschana Golda. We're on the bracha of Hoda'ah, the last three of the Amida. We went through Ritzei and we're on the words V'sachazena eineinu. May our eyes see B'shivcha l'tzion berachamim. Hashem, your return to Tzion berachamim. We ask that it be done with compassion and kindness. We last saw the beautiful insight of the Shem Yishmuel, the Sachat Shaver, that even though they were told there'll be Melchemes Gog u'Magog, there'll be a cataclysmic war. There'll be what the Rishon and the Mefarshim on the Navi seem to make sound like a nuclear war, lightning, electricity, strikes, before the loss of Mashiach ben Yosef, and before ultimately Mashiach ben David. The Shem Yishmuel said that just like the Golus of Mitzrayim that we're beginning to read about this week, I love when the Parsha and Siddur snippets come together, just like the Golus Mitzrayim was consolidated and was shortened because of its intensity, so too our Golus, which has been so long and so intense, we've already, so to say, prepaid the war of Gog and Magog, and suggest the Sachat Shaver in the early 20th century. Therefore, when Mashiach comes, we won't first need to suffer. And that's Berachamim. That's our wish, that's our ask, that's our hope, is that there are two ways that Mashiach can come. Pasuk says in Yeshaya, Ani Hashem bi'ita achi shena, zachu achi shena. Lo zachu bi'ita. If we merit, then we can accelerate Mashiach's arrival. If we don't merit, then it's appointed time. So when it's in its appointed time, then the Pasuk also says, the Gemara in Sanhedrin, Sadiches, we'll get to it in the Daf, says, Yesi v'lach minei, I don't want to be around to see Mashiach, because I don't want to suffer the Chevlei Mashiach. If one understands, unlike the Shem Yishmuel, the Sachat Shaver, that there's a price to pay, that just like the woman who gives birth yields hopefully a beautiful, healthy baby, but the labor pains, before there were epidurals, the labor pains, the way Chava did it back in the day. No judgment of those who do it, differently. But the labor pains, which were a kapara, so once the baby's born, maybe they're happy to have endured, but while they're in labor, the Ramban says they bring karbanos later because they curse their husband, I'm never having another child. So the Chevlei Mashiach, the labor pains of what it means for Mashiach to come, I say this on a day, Klal Yisrael continues to pay such a heavy price. More Kedoshim, more holy soldiers. Now next to the Kisei HaKavod, we ask Hashem to protect all of our soldiers and to bring them home, hopefully finally with the hostages. We pay these heavy prices, this time of Chevlei Mashiach. So the Gemara Sanhedrin entertains even a wish. A person, if they consider what that might be like, would say, I'd rather not see, I'd rather not be around. So we have a tradition, the Gemara tells us in Sanhedrin there, that Zachu Achi Shana, if we merit, then we'll see it happen speedily, we'll see it accelerated, we won't have to suffer the pain of it. And Lo Zachu, then it'll be Be'ita in its right time. So in this bracha that we are focused and concentrating, as we last left off, we're Dorshei Tzion, we're seekers, we're looking, we're yearning, we're hoping, we want Mashiach. It's not only one minyan in our shul. Every minyan should want Mashiach now. Something we all have. It's fundamental, one of the foundations of our faith. So we want Mashiach, but we want it to be Berachamim. We don't want to suffer the labor pains. We want an epidural. Ribbonu Shalom, give us Berachamim is, loosely translates as, let it be a quick labor, you don't even need an epidural. Or let it be a quick labor with an epidural, let us feel nothing. And let it just be the birth of this beautiful beginning and this beautiful future. That's why we say Berachamim. Why do we incorporate the image of the eyes? V'sachazena eineinu. Let our eyes see. What else do you see with other than your eyes? Why do we need to incorporate the words eineinu? So the Sefer Baruch Sha'amar, in his commentary on the Siddur, he says it's based on the deeper meaning of the pasuk in Yeshayan and Beis. Ki ayin ba'ayin yiru b'shuv Hashem Tzion. Ki ayin ba'ayin, that the eye sees when Hashem will return to Tzion. And we say it should be berachamim for the reason that we just described. So ayin, we want the eye to see. It should be something that we behold. What does that mean, why our eye should see? So we alluded to it previously. Lot's wife was not entitled to turn around. Noach, according to one opinion in Rashi, was not entitled, Soar Ta'asel Teva, was not a window. He wasn't entitled to look at everyone else drown. We want to be able to look, not to see Chalila, the suffering of others, but we want to merit, to be worthy of salvation and redemption ourselves, so worthy that we don't have to turn around, and we don't have to shield or close our eyes, but we can look out at the world, and we can see the return of the Shechina to Tzion. We can be grateful for Hashem bringing the Shechina back. And then the bracha concludes, Hamachazir Shechinaso L'Tzion. Hashem is the one who returns His divine presence. Now you might note, Hamachazir it's not formulated grammatically, But Lashon Asid, it doesn't say Hashem will return His presence, which is the hope. It says He is returning His presence. Hamachazir in Lashon Hova, in the present tense. Why does it in the present tense? Why is it described as something which is happening already? So one understanding why it's in the present tense is because we are living baderech, we're on this journey. Redemption is not binary. It's not galus or geula, it's not all or nothing, it's not dark or light, but it happens incrementally and it zigzags and there are ups and downs. And we take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, which is our history over the last 2,000 years, and the last 80 in particular, steps forward and a step back. And so we see this zigzag pattern to geula. It doesn't happen automatically overnight. It's hamachazir. What we're living through, what we are baderech on, is the journey towards geula. So we should be patient. We should be impatient and maladjusted and demand and want Mashiach now. But simultaneously, we should be patient and not frustrated. And even on a day like today, a horrifically tragic one, not give up on the geula or not believe that it's not happening or the beginnings of it, but to understand and to lean in deeper and to believe with greater faith and to have more meaning in what's happening, including these horrific losses, by seeing them all as part of the journey in the process towards geula. Hamachazir, Hashem is doing it as we go. Another understanding of Hamachazir, why is it in present tense? We'll end with this, is because we ourselves contribute to the geula, not in a binary fashion. It's not like we have an account and we collect as many mitzvahs and zchuyos as we can, and when we hit the mark, when the thermometer of Mashiach, the thermometer of Mashiach gets to 100%, then He comes. No, each contribution we make is taking us 1 step forward in real time. We're bringing Him in real time. Everything that we do, and every mitzvah, and every kind deed, we're laying another brick. And that's the binyan adayad. That's Bonei Yerushalayim. We spoke about this back on the bracha of Yerushalayim, and Bonei Yerushalayim is also in the present tense. We are building Yerushalayim by being dorish, by yearning and seeking and wanting and being unsatisfied until it's here. That in itself is how we build, how we contribute, and hamachazir, how we will please God merit to see His return.